Hello everybody, welcome back in our training center. My name is Dmitry, I'm an ATPL student, and today I will show you the basics of VOR approach using Flight and Navigation Procedure Trainer FNPT 2. So, what is it VOR approach? Comparing to ILS, VOR system is less precise and doesn't have glide slope indications. During VOR approach, the only indications you need it is your final radial from VOR and distance from DME. And now I will show you how to perform an approach correctly by using chart. Today we will be performing VOR approach in Kaunas International Airport runway 08 using AIP chart. Before every flight you have to carefully study your chart and be familiar with all procedures. Make sure that you use the latest version of the chart. Let's review it. There is VOR approach chart of Kaunas International Airport runway 08. The all informations we need we can see there: our frequencies, view from the above, missed approach procedures, etc. According to our chart, we have to fly 3000 feet over our VOR DME, Kilo November Alpha, then descend to 2200 feet, following radial 293 from Kilo November Alpha till distance 9.1. Then turn left to intercept final radial, fly 2200 till distance 6 nautical miles from touchdown, and only then start descending by monitoring distance and altitude. Don't forget that your system is less precise, so you will be aiming directly to your beacon. In our case, it is a little bit right of the runway. Also, you need to be familiar with missed approach procedures. If something happens during your landing, probably you won't have time to read the chart. We are in a cockpit of our FNPT training, preparing for takeoff. Selecting our frequencies of our VOR approach, checking takeoff course, selecting flaps, takeoff landing lights, taxi lights, selecting our QNH. If everything okay, let's take off. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo, ready for departure runway 08.
Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo, take off 2200 feet, and right 3000 feet to Kilo November Alpha.
Taking off 2200 feet, then turn right 3000 to Kilo November Alpha. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo. So let's take off. Full throttle. Try to keep you on the center line. Speed 60, start pulling. Continue climbing. Altitude 800, retract flaps. Switch off landing lights. Continue climbing 2200. We are almost on 2200 feet. Let's turn right. Continue climbing 3000 feet toward Kilo November Alpha. Select your altitude and continue climbing. (3000 feet, level off. Reduce European. Let's request our VOR approach. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo, request VOR approach runway 08.
Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo, continue to Kilo November Alpha, maintain 3000 feet, passing Kilo November Alpha, you are clear for VOR approach runway 08. Report when established.
Clear to your approach runway 08, passing Kilo November Alpha. Will report when established. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo. We are 1 mile from Kilo November Alpha. Let's put our radial 293. We pass our Kilo November Alpha, let's intercept our radial. While we're flying on radial, we have some time. Let's read the approach check. So let's read missed approach procedures, climb via Kilo November Alpha, then turn on radial 088 to 3000 feet. Radar vector will be provided. In case of radio communication failure, climb to Kilo November Alpha, then on radial 088 to reach 2200 at 9 nautical miles from Kilo November Alpha, then turn right to Kilo November Alpha, climb to 3000. Our frequencies of our VOR approach is set. Radiocom frequency set. So now let's descend to 2200, put it on altitude, reduce RPM, we are almost on our altitude. Select correct RPM and only then level off. We are almost 9 miles. Then now I will turn left to intercept our final radial. Also, we have to take into account that this chart was made for airplanes that much faster than our Cessna. That's why our procedures will be a little bit different. I will fly perpendicular to localizer course till our control radial 272. And then I will turn to 45 degrees to intercept our localizer course. We are almost on control radial 272. I will turn to intercept our final course. We are on final radial. Before landing checklist, check for the speed. Landing light on, flaps 10. Now I can report to ATC. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo on final radial, ready to land.
Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo, 7 miles from touchdown, wind calm, clear to land, runway 08.
Lima Alpha Kilo cleared to land runway 08. Start descending from 6 miles from touchdown, according our chart. So 6 miles, start descending. Now we working using our chart. On 5 miles we have to be at altitude 1880. At 4 miles we have to be at altitude 1560. Also put your go-round altitude 3000 feet, our minimum 760. For miles, altitude 1560, continue descending. On altitude 3 miles we have to be on altitude 1240. Three miles, altitude correct. On 2 miles we have to be on altitude 920. Approaching our minimum. Runway inside, continue visually, monitoring your speed. Let's align ourselves. Reducing your RPM and length. Flare a little bit. Nose up. Vacating left, stand number 5. Lima Yankee Bravo Alpha Kilo. That was the basics of VOR approach. I hope it was useful for you. Thank you for watching. That's all for today. See you in our next videos.